Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Nabiha Khansa Elgafika. My name is 059 from class 4B. And in this video, I will present my article review about technology in English language learning. I have read and reviewed 10 articles, and I will explain the main ideas, benefits, strengths, weaknesses, and connections between the articles. The objective of this presentation is to explain 10 articles about the use of technology in English learning and teaching. And the main topic is that technology can support English learning in many ways, such as increasing motivation, and then improving interaction, so supporting independent learning, and maybe giving access to many learning materials. However, technology also has challenges such as limited internet access, lack of devices, and lack of teacher training and digital literacy problems. Now, to make the explanation easier, I divide the 10 articles into 5 themes. The first theme is technology in general English learning. The second is theme technology in ESP and higher education. The third theme is technology for motivation and learner autonomy. And the fourth theme is teacher readiness and classroom challenges. And the fifth theme is inclusion and basic literacy. These themes show that the 10 articles are connected, although each article has a different focus. And I will explain the first article is by Ahmadi, published in 2018. This article explains the use of technology in English language learning. The main idea is that technology can support learning both inside and outside the classroom. Technology can provide authentic materials, increase interaction, and make learning more interesting. And the strength of this article is that the explanation is clear and broad. However, the weakness is that it doesn't use primary research data. And overall, this article is useful because it gives general understanding of how technology can help English learning. And the second article is by Destiny and Stojkovic, published in 2015. And this article discusses technology in English for specific purpose, or ESP. ESP means English learning that is focused on specific needs, such as academic or professional purposes. This article explains the use of technology such as learning management systems, corpora, wikis, and online communication tools. And the strength of this article is that it is systematic and detailed because it reviews many previous studies. However, some technologies still need stronger evidence to prove their effectiveness. And the connection between the first and second article is that both discuss technology in English learning. However, the first article focuses on general English learning, while the second article focuses on more specific English learning. So, both articles show that technology is useful, but it must match students' learning needs. And the third article is by Wei, published in 2022. This article discusses technology and motivation in English as a foreign language learning. The article explains that technology such as mobile applications, social media, and online platforms can make learning more interesting and meaningful. Technology can also help students communicate with others and access real-life language materials. And one interesting point of this article is that it doesn't only discuss English skills, but also psychological factors such as motivation, anxiety, confidence, and learner attitudes. And the strength of this article is that it connects technology with students' motivation. However, the weakness is that it doesn't provide new experimental data because it is based on previous research. And the fourth article is by Karen Ainagos and Yuna, published in 2024. This article discusses technology-based, self-regulated learning and English self-efficacy. Self-regulated learning means students' ability to manage their own learning process, while self-efficacy means students' confidence in their ability. The result of this article shows that students who use technology to manage their learning can have better confidence in English. For example, students can use goal setting, motivational regulation, and learning through songs or movies. And the strength of this article is that it uses quantitative data and statistical analysis. However, the weakness is that the study only focuses on one group of students. And the connection between the third and the fourth article is that both discuss the psychological side of English learning. The third article focuses on motivation, while the fourth article focuses on confidence and independent learning. So, the simple connection is technology helps motivation, and motivation builds confidence, and confidence supports independent learning. The fifth article is by Rosmayanti, Noni, and Pata, published in 2022. This article discusses students' acceptance of technology in learning English pharmacy. The article explains that students are more willing to use technology when they think it is useful, easy to use, supported by people around them, and supported by good facilities. And the strength of this article is that it uses a clear theoretical framework. However, the weakness is that the number of participants is still limited and the article only focuses on pharmacy students. And the sixth article is by Guzman and others, published in 2023. This article discusses the challenges and opportunities of digital technology in English teaching in higher education. Technology gives many opportunities such as flexibility, accessibility, and student engagement. However, technology also has challenges such as limited internet access, lack of digital skills, and student engagement problems. And the last, maybe cultural differences. The strength of this article is that it gives a balanced explanation because it discusses both the benefits and challenges of technology. However, the weakness is that it doesn't use original empirical data. And the connection between the fifth and sixth article is about the success of technology use. The fifth article explains that students need to accept technology first. If students feel that technology is useful and easy to use, they will be more willing to use it. And the sixth article explains that technology also needs support from the learning environment, such as internet access, devices, and digital skills. So, technology will work better when students are ready and the environment supports them. And the seventh article is by Yang, Chen, and Hao, published in 2025. This article discusses educational technology in EFL teaching and learning in China. It explains that AI tools, learning management systems, and mobile learning applications and social media can support English learning. These technologies can improve student engagement, personalized learning, and flexibility and classroom management. However, the article also mentions challenges such as digital literacy, infrastructure, data privacy, and classroom management problems. The strength of this article is that it uses both quantitative and qualitative data, so the explanation is more complete. However, the weakness is that it only focuses on higher education in China. The eighth article is by Mercado, Fiuza, and Giocamezo, published in 2023. This article discusses English teachers' perceptions of technology in southern Brazil. The teachers believe that technology and digital games can increase students' participation and maybe interaction. However, teachers also face challenges such as limited school resources and lack of training, different student abilities, and low student motivation. The strength of this article is that it presents teachers' real experiences, so the discussion feels practical and realistic. However, the weakness is that the study involves only a small number of participants from one region. The connection between the 7th and 8th article is teacher readiness. Technology can help teachers, but teachers still need training, digital literacy, good facilities, and classroom management strategies. So, the main point is that technology needs teacher readiness. Without teacher readiness, technology may not be used effectively in the classroom. The main article is by Klimova and Zamburova, published in 2023. This article discusses assistive and adaptive technology in learning English as a foreign language. This article focuses on students with disabilities, especially visually impaired learners. Technologies such as screen readers, braille systems, audio storytelling, and adaptive learning tools can help students improve vocabulary, reading skills, autonomy, and academic achievement. The strength of this article is that it supports inclusive education and gives a broad overview of studies from different countries. However, the weakness is that it only uses studies from two major databases. And the last, the 10th article is by Nabiha Khansa and Voda, published in 2025. This article discusses a technology-supported model for English literacy in Cameroon. The article explains that simple technologies such as audio materials, smartphones, and WhatsApp can help young learners improve listening, reading, and speaking skills. This article also shows that technology can support parental involvement in the learning process. The strength of this article maybe is that it provides practical classroom solutions using simple technology. And however, the weakness is that the study was conducted in only one school. The connection between the NIN and 10 article is about access to English learning. The NIN article focuses on students with disabilities, while the 10 article focuses on young learners who have problems with English literacy. Both articles show that technology can help students with different learning needs. Technology can make English learning more inclusive and accessible. Overall, the 10 articles are connected because they all show the important role of technology in English learning. Some articles discuss technology in general English learning and ESP, and some articles focus on motivation, self-efficacy, and independent learning. And others focus on teacher readiness, classroom challenges, inclusive education, and literacy. So, the 10 articles form one big idea. Technology can support English learning in many ways, but it must be used wisely and based on the learning context. Based on the articles, there are many benefits of technology in English learning. Technology can provide authentic materials, increase students' motivation, improve interaction, and support flexible learning. And technology can also help students learn independently. It can improve skills such as listening, reading, and speaking, and vocabulary. Another important benefit is that technology can support students with special needs, so English learning becomes more inclusive. Although technology has many benefits, the articles also show several challenges. Some students and teachers may have limited internet access or lack of devices. Some teachers may not have enough training to use technology effectively. There are also problems with digital literacy and student engagement and data privacy. So, technology is useful, but it cannot work well without proper support. The strengths of these articles are that they give clear explanations and discuss technology from different learning contexts. Some articles use empirical data, while others use literature review, and the articles also discuss both benefits and challenges, so the discussion is balanced. However, there are also weaknesses. Some articles only use literature review and don't collect new data. Some studies have small sample sizes or focus only on one country, one school, or one group of students. Because of that, the findings may not apply to all learning situations. And in my opinion, technology is very important in English learning because it makes learning more flexible, interactive, meaningful, and accessible. However, technology shouldn't be used only because it looks modern. Teachers need to choose technology carefully. The technology should match the learning objectives, students' needs, and available facilities, and maybe students' digital skills and classroom context. So I think technology is effective when it is used wisely, creatively, and appropriately. And to conclude, the 10 articles show that technology plays an important role in English education. Technology can improve students' motivation, autonomy, confidence, engagement, English skills, and maybe accessibility. However, successful technology integration needs teacher readiness, student acceptance, proper facilities, and clear learning goals. So, technology can make English learning more effective and meaningful when it is used in the right way. That is my article presentation. Thank you for watching. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.